Sports Betting. I'm your host, Connor, with my boy here, GA.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Fight Week and Conor McGregor weekend.
Yes, sir. UFC 264. This is episode 14?
Yeah, episode 14.
Episode 14. We're fucking cranking them out. Today's a big day in sports overall. We got UFC 264, which I think is probably one of the most anticipated cards in a while. We're going to discuss a little bit of the main card.
Yeah.
I think there's definitely some good-ass fights on there.
Yeah. I don't want to... Yeah, we'll dive into it. But, yeah, there's definitely some good fights. And I'm excited to see how some of these guys kind of fight tonight. You know, a couple guys coming back after some bad losses.
Yeah, Gilbert Burns coming back. But before we get into that, make sure, you go out and subscribe. Click the subscribe button on this video.
Yep.
Like it, comment, follow the Instagram, the Twitter, the YouTube. Instagram and YouTube are SportsBook Sports. Twitter, SportsBook Talks. Definitely go out and give us a like, a follow, subscribe. It helps us big time. And it's free. It's just a click of the button for you guys.
Yeah, it helps us out a lot.
Yeah, it means a lot to us, too, when we see those subscribers going up.
Yep.
We just hit the 10 mark.
Yeah, we're on the way.
It's a fucking milestone for us. We did it in about a month.
Yep.
All organically, too, which I'm fucking proud of.
Yeah.
And we appreciate the 10 subscribers that we do have.
Yep.
But we'd love a little more interaction with you guys, Comment on the videos, throw a like, throw your picks out there.
Yeah, let us know what you're picking. Let us know what you're thinking about our picks, all that stuff. I mean, like we said, we're here to chop it up with you guys about what's going on in the sports world. We've been doing this for a while, so, we could talk about whatever you want to talk about. If you're betting soccer, you're betting tennis, you're betting Olympics, whatever's going on.
Definitely.
Tour de France, let me know. Whatever you got going on. I mean, yeah.
Message us, though, too.
Joey Chestnut's the GOAT.
We can figure out a way to get you on an episode.
Yeah.
We don't mind who it is.
Yeah.
We'd love to get into conversation with people about sports betting, hear their perspectives on it. It gives our viewers a different idea of what other people are thinking.
Exactly. And, big UFC fight weekend tonight. So if you got picks for that, let us know what you think. We're going to be giving out our picks in a little bit. Again, all our picks are free. We give them out every day or every couple days as part of our 100kChallenge.
Yep.
So we're just trying to grind and try to stack some money. So
Yeah, and I was gonna say,
we hope you do too.
One thing I wanted to mention, as we did last episode, is every time you click an episode, you'll get free picks from
Yep.
us. There'll be free picks on every single episode that we give out. Whether you want to ride on the tail and whatever you guys want to do with them, they're there free of charge. As we like to put those out there for people to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess we dive right into the UFC 264. That's the big topic of today. McGregor, Poirier coming back for the trilogy fight.
Yep.
Should be a fucking dandy. Who's the first fight on the main card?
I would say, so on the main card, right, so it's Sean O'Malley.
Yep.
And then Chris, I'm going to butcher a lot of these names, but that's all right. Chris Moutinho.
Yep.
Moutinho.
Sean O'Malley's a beast from what I've seen. I think it was his last fight. He fucked up his shin.
That was what I was alluding to. One of the guys about coming back, seeing how he's going to bounce back. I mean, his last 3 or 4 fights have been electric, and then he kind of had the letdown in his last fight with his injury. But I mean,
he still claims he's undefeated.
He's 13-1.
Yeah, because he says he didn't lose that fight because he broke his foot or whatever he did. But that's a part of the game. That's what we're saying about the Suns right now with the injuries they're facing.
Yeah.
But they're playing a full-fledged Bucks team now. So
yeah.
No excuse.
The Bucks got a little lucky too with some injuries along the way.
Yeah, definitely so. So it's the tail of injuries this year. Sean O'Malley is a fucking electric fighter.
Yeah.
When he goes out there and does what he can do, especially in his weight class, he fucking can put it down.
Yeah. And he's just a bigger guy for his weight class. Usually has the height advantage, usually has the reach advantage, and he's just trying to land those punches. I mean, he's a knockdown guy.
Yeah.
He's electric. I mean, he's got the tattoos, he's got the hair, he's got all of it going on.
Yeah.
He's got all the swagger you could possibly want. So, like I said, leading up to his last fight, I think it was 3 or 4 in a row that I watched, that he was just electric in them.
Knocking dudes out in the first round.
Yeah, and again, tonight, I mean, he's the biggest favorite on the main card. He's minus 900. Chris, the underdogs, plus 600. So.
Well, I was gonna say that's what their line's showing on ESPN.
Yeah.
on FanDuel.
It's even crazier.
If you actually want to slide to that.
Yeah, we can.
Because that one, I think he's at minus 1,100.
Yeah.
I have a feeling a lot of money's coming in on him from like a prop bet standpoint. So that's what I'm feeling like. I feel like a lot of people who are big fans of him are putting him in to like knock this dude out in the first round.
Yep.
And when you'll see my picks later, I put something a little bit different in there because I have a feeling he's not going to do, the thing that everyone thinks he's going to do.
Yeah, he's minus 1,200 right now on
that's
FanDuel.
My favorite. Normally, when that occurs in these UFC fights, it's like he's almost guaranteed to win.
Yeah. Unless a freak thing happens like last time.
Yeah.
So that's why sometimes it's not bad to just throw a little bit on the underdog just in case something freak happens, and you back into a plus 600, plus 700 winner.
Yeah, take that guy for like a TKO, and then it's like plus fucking.
Who knows? Yeah.
Because that's the type of shit that in the UFC you just never know. Like one punch can put a dude out cold. O'Malley's got a. He's
plus 1,000 on the KO. Yeah. So there you go. $100 wins you $1,000 if something freak happens where he breaks his shin, breaks his foot, whatever it might be.
Yeah, you just never know. Definitely gonna be a good fight though. I don't really know much about this dude that he's facing.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're sort of just throwing him out there because O'Malley's the name that's attracting everyone.
I think so. I mean, 9-4. Nothing too crazy. I think it's just good. I think they're just trying to get Sean O'Malley just back out there against kind of a easier opponent to get back into the swing of things. And it's just the fact that he's leading off the card tonight and he's the first one on the main card is like awesome. I mean, usually he's a little bit deeper. I think sometimes, I don't know if he's been the main event on a couple of his fights.
That's
but
what I was saying about O'Malley just getting this sort of like freebie tossed out.
Yeah.
Because he's selling tickets.
Yeah, exactly.
He's such a big name. You can't throw O'Malley in the prelims right now.
No.
Maybe like based off his last loss, like I don't know talent-wise, because I've never been able to like really judge how they do it, because sometimes when they're like the pay-per-view is like free, they're just throwing anyone in the main card, and all this shit. Like the UFC is different, but tonight obviously, like with the McGregor Poirier headline, they're just looking to pack the seats and get some people in there. Like O'Malley's definitely deserving of it, even though he had a tough one in his last fight.
Yeah.
But who he's facing, is he deserving of it?
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows?
Yeah, so I think like the odds say, like we're both kind of saying, I think obviously Sean O'Malley gets it done. Yeah. I don't know if you have a pick for this, but we'll get into them later. Maybe you can find some value in there if you get lucky with picking the exact round or exact method.
What's the over-under in the rounds for the match?
Round props. Over under is 1.5. So under 1.5 is minus 205. Crazy juice on that.
So they think that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be against taking the over in that.
Yeah. Again, just hoping that it gets to the second round. Yeah.
Middle of the second round, and you're good. 5-minute rounds. Gets to over 230, you're good. Yeah,
and again, like we were saying, like Sean O'Malley is minus 1,200, but again, his alternate round betting is if you take him to win in the first or second, it's minus 230. So if you think he's going to win, if you think he's going to get back to form with knocking someone out quick like he has been doing, then you can get a lot better line out there. And that's something that we kind of talked about earlier on, and something we're going to talk about when we're making all these bets is just trying to handicap a game, think about the way a game, or in this case a fight, is going to go, and then trying to find the best way to bet it. So you think O'Malley's going to win, you think he's going to knock him out early. Well, here you go. Instead of betting minus $1,200 to win 100, you can bet $230 to win 100 if you take his alternate round betting. Or you can take just what round will the fight end. If you say it's going to be in the first round, boom, minus 115. So
yeah, I mean, there's definitely some good value out there. Like you said, if you like it a certain way instead of just taking a money line, you can find ways to get yourself better money if you think it's going to go a certain way. But yeah, I think moving into the next fight, don't do the women's fight because I literally have no fucking clue about either of those.
Yeah.
So you can go right into, I think.
Yeah, and that's like the odds wise again. Let's check on FanDuel here, but yeah, it's the closest line. So it's the closest to a toss up that you're gonna find tonight on the main card. Minus 118, minus 104, yeah. Irene versus Yana. So it's just gonna be, pick whoever you want. It's a coin flip game.
Yeah, I don't know much about the women's one, and those fights sometimes can be fucking.
Unless there's like a big time name there, it's kind of tough.
Even those ones are boring.
Yeah, because you just know who's gonna win.
95% of the women's fights are just atrocious. They're boring to me compared to what you see in like a high level UFC fight.
Yeah.
But when you have those electric ones,
when they're good, they're in.
The chick out.
Yeah.
Them shits are like sometimes some of the most exciting.
Yeah.
It happens so.
Or just when it's like so evenly matched that they're going at it. Like we said, when it's a good fight, it's a great fight.
It's great entertainment.
Yeah.
It's great to watch, but there's the majority of them though are just like them just bouncing around. That's why like the overs in a lot of those fights are fucking like heavy,
crazy juice on them. Yeah.
Heavy favorites, like it's crazy.
Yeah. And all right, so our next fight again. These names, my God, Tai Tuivasa against Greg Tuivasa against Greg Hardy.
I don't know if I pronounce it right either. But.
Yeah, who fucking knows? But I know I'm taking him tonight. So.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's where we might have our first discrepancy. So these are the big boys. These are the heavyweights of the night.
Yep.
You're gonna see stand up punching in this one. Chances are no one's going to the ground in this one.
Greg Hardy, former NFL guy.
Yeah, world class scumbag.
Yeah, world class scumbag. So slow in
Yeah.
Connects,
Yeah.
He fucking
Yeah.
someone out.
Yeah, I mean he's got the height, he's got the reach advantage, but still,
If I got him,
not a
I would
fighter.
fall asleep.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah,
Snap me in.
6'5", 260, get out of here. But
I want to get in the ring with these guys.
no, I just think that it's gonna be good back and forth. I think Greg Hardy's 7-3. This Tai guy's 12-3. So, pretty good records, pretty good fighters. I think that, like I said, it's gonna be slow moving. It's gonna be big hits, heavy hits, and you're gonna just try to hope for one of those to connect for you.
Yeah, Hardy's a couple inches taller, got longer reach.
Yep.
We'll go to the ground a little bit more.
Yep.
Than Tuivasa or whatever his name is.
Yep.
From what I've seen watching him in the past.
Yeah, he's not. It's not his preferred way of fighting, but he can go down there and get right down there.
It more or less happens when he's getting struck up high too much and he's like feels like he's out of it, so then he tries to go to the takedown.
Yep.
But as far as you said, these two guys are just stand up. Let's throw fucking haymakers at each other.
Yeah, I mean by submissions for each of them is plus 1,500, plus 2,000. So, everyone's.
I wouldn't mind taking Hardy and that as a little juice, maybe like $25 to win by submission.
Just in case.
Yeah,
just because the odds are so crazy.
I've come to realize with the UFC, like I look at like what I think is going to happen most, then I look at what I think is going to happen the absolute like worst case scenario, the least, and I just take a little bit on both of them.
Yeah.
There's never anything in between.
Yeah.
It's always like I wouldn't be surprised if either of these guys somehow win by submission.
Yeah, and
everyone's gonna be like, oh, they're gonna
knockout.
Knockout,
Yeah.
and then someone just gets choked out.
Yep.
Like some wild shit.
Yeah, and I just think, too, with the UFC, there's enough ways to bet it that there's enough odds to be thrown around where you can bet it a couple different ways and have good chances at least making some money.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Greg Hardy, I'm just looking here at the odds, like TKO knockout obviously just gets higher and higher as the rounds go. 650 in the first, 1,200 in the second, 2,000 in the third. Tai Tuivasa, though, is plus 360 in the first, 600 in the second, 1,500 in the third. So chances are, according to the odds here, it's going to be a first or second round knockout. And yeah, what's nice here about FanDuel, again, everything we do is FanDuel. All the odds that we give out to you guys are from FanDuel. You can go down here to the alt method round combos. I think we're saying chances are it's going to be shorter. Chances are it's going to be a knockout. and you can just take the winner to win by KO TKO in the first round at plus 190, or KO TKO in the second round plus 380, and then it doesn't matter who wins. It could be either one. Just the fight has to win, and then knockout or TKO in the first, or a knockout or TKO in the second. And it's plus money either way, so you bet both. As long as one of those hits, as long as it doesn't go to the third round or a winner by submission, you're winning money.
Yeah, you're going to cash out.
So,
yeah, that's the great part about UFC. There's just so many bets to make. That's also
right, that's why, at least for me, I haven't looked at your card yet, but at least for me, like, I really scale I split my units up, and I just pepper, especially for the bigger cards. Like, I like to bet it 6 different ways, so there's...
Yeah, I just went on a huge parlay for the UFC, and we'll put that out.
Yeah, I know that a lot of people would like to do that too.
I did it for a little amount.
Yeah.
Well, not a little amount,
but yeah.
Amount to win a good amount of money.
Yep.
Especially for a 3-team, I think it's got some juice to it. So.
Yeah, which I don't know. Is this fight the next fight, the welterweight division, Gilbert Burns versus Stephen Thompson? I don't know. Is that is it the co-main event, or is it just it is co-main event?
I don't know if they consider it that. Or
Yeah.
Right, but
I heard some people calling it. I heard some people not calling it. So whatever it is the second to last fight of the night. It's going to be a great one. I mean, 5'10", 6 foot, both 170. Gilbert Burns 71-inch reach, where Thompson has the 75-inch reach. So he's a little bit of an advantage there. But overall, I mean, these guys are just the welterweight division. I think is my favorite division to fight or to watch.
I really like Gilbert Burns.
Yep.
Not even saying to win this fight necessarily, but there was one fight I saw him that he fought Tyron Woodley.
Yep.
A while ago, and he was absolutely dominating. Woodley's been on the downfall for a while. But that was like the first fight that he lost. Maybe it was the second one that he had lost, and then he strung together like 4 or 5 losses.
Yep.
Woodley. But that night, Gilbert Burns put on a fucking show, and I thought he was like on his way up to take it to the next level.
Yep.
And then he had that COVID thing happen, and then I feel like when he ended up fighting Usman, whenever that was,
he just wasn't 100%.
yeah, it just wasn't what.
Usman's the real deal too.
Yeah, Usman's a beast.
Yeah.
100%. But like I feel like like I said, he got COVID. He fucking, I think was ready to go.
Yeah.
When that happened. Like, he was motivated.
There's something to that too, where it's like it just happened with another fight. I'm blanking on who, but someone's camp just got hit with COVID, and they just postponed the fight. I think the next UFC fight that's going to happen. But there's something to that I really do believe in. That's like momentum and like confidence when it comes to these UFC fights. It's like it's such a violent sport. It's such a not really dangerous. I mean, no one dies in it, but it's a violent sport. And it's just like you put so much energy, so much training, so much adrenaline into your camps, into your fights, into getting ready. So much trash talking beforehand, trying to sell tickets, that I really do believe it's like there's not a ton of, and I could be wrong on this because there's not a ton of like redemption. Like there's not a lot of people that like rise to the top, then fall, then come back, then fall. It's kind of very linear with these rises to the top, and then they fall, and maybe they come back a little bit, but they never get back to the top that they were. So it's like you kind of almost do really have like one chance to string it together, especially in the UFC. It's like you have one chance to string a couple, maybe your first 5 or 6 fights, you're just kind of figuring it out, getting it together, and then you put a couple of good wins together, and it's like, okay, now you're moving up for a chance to contend for the belt. Maybe you do get a chance to contend for the belt, but if you do have freak things happen like COVID and you miss a fight or whatever it is, and then you just have a bad fight after that, it's like, damn, it's like it might be tough to get back to the spot of contention.
No, 100%. I think that's a huge part of it because, like, with McGregor,
yeah.
I mean, you've seen it in him in his last fights. Like, you could tell when he first started off and when he was on his rise to the top.
Yeah.
He just was so hungry. Like,
yes.
Money had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
He just wanted to be the best absolute fighter he could be and just knock everyone out. And then once that boxing thing happened, and I think it's me slowly moving into the main event fight. But McGregor is at the point right now where he's like, all right, like the last 6 months, once he got knocked out by Poirier, he knew the third one was going to happen.
Yep.
And he's been going hard ever since.
Yep.
He doesn't need the
No.
Like, he's good money-wise.
Yeah.
I feel like he's just like, I'm so sick of everyone just, like, shitting on me.
Yeah.
And people saying that I don't have it anymore, that I'm going to put my all into this last fight.
Yeah.
Like, I think this might end up being one of his last ones.
Yeah, I think so, too.
And I think he needs to go out on a win.
Yeah.
And I think he's more ready than ever. Like, he looked fucking cut in the weigh-ins.
Yeah.
Looked like he always looks ripped anyway.
Yeah.
But he looked like he was in a different mindset, back to his ways, like not giving a fuck, just ready to fucking go get it.
Yep. So let's get into it. So then Dustin Poirier, Conor McGregor's main event. Both same height, same weight. 2 inches to McGregor on the reach. And I mean, we all know McGregor uses that reach to his advantage. He just has that vicious left. Yep. Tries to get the counter punch in there and just knock you out cold. He won the first fight with Poirier. Yep. And then obviously Poirier came back and knocked out McGregor in the second fight. So this is the trilogy here tonight. Main event. Poirier, I think, started out, if I remember correctly, line-wise, as the underdog. And then it got bet up so much he's now the favorite. For it right now, FanDuel has Poirier minus 128, McGregor plus 104. So, and I think I was listening to a couple bookmakers out in Vegas this week and stuff like that, and it sounds like it's a pretty even betting wise, just because a lot of small bets are coming in on McGregor, and there's some big bets coming in on Poirier to balance it out.
I've seen a lot of the people I've been reading have been saying that a lot of the money early was coming in on Poirier.
Yeah.
To push the line up.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
As they said, since it's starting to balance out a little bit.
Yeah.
But Poirier is still the heavy favorite, like betting wise. Not juice wise, but the amount that's on the handle. They said Poirier has like 62% of the handle, and McGregor has like 38%.
Yeah.
But they're saying that today, a lot of the popular bet is going to come in on McGregor.
McGregor, yeah.
It's going to balance it out.
And that's what I was trying to get at too. It's like it started out even crazier, lopsided, but it's been bet down a little bit because early on, like I said, I think Poirier was an underdog, and just some big bettors came in and took advantage of that line. And, that's another thing. Just, shop those lines. Keep looking at that stuff. If you see a line that gets placed, like they talk about it all the time in Vegas, which is like so funny because I think at least you and I as gamblers, but I think as gamblers too, it's like Vegas is always right. Vegas is always right. If you ask a bookmaker out there, it's like we're not always right. Like we set up bad lines sometimes and we get cooked because of it. And if Poirier comes up out winning this easy, then you have big time bettors out there with plus money bets on them. That can hurt you. So
Exactly.
But like, how do you see this fight going? Do you want to get into our picks? Because
we might as well go into our picks, I think.
Because I mean, obviously we both have this bet as our picks tonight. So let's real quick before we get into it, I want to just recap, or I guess our results are still the same as last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, actually, we didn't go over the ones
from the Bucks. Okay.
Yeah. So overall, I'm 8-12-1.
Yep.
On about $1,300. Bucks took an L for me.
Yep.
And then I won the Indians game on the 3-run walk-off home run.
That was huge.
I fell asleep and the game was 4-1.
Yep.
They came back 3-1 and they came back, tied it up 4-4.
Yep.
And then in the fucking ninth inning, hit a 3-run home run. Jay's game got canceled, so it was a push. But yeah, down 1,300, was able to make a little bit back. Bucks had that game on lock, and I think it was the third quarter. 16 points. They just scored the fucking ball.
What do you think about that Bucks game with there was like clips of like Giannis and like I saw like in real time of him like trying to hype his team up and all that stuff. It's like, I don't know, you played like basketball and stuff. Like, does that stuff get you going if someone on your team? Yeah, I saw Drew Holiday. He's just like nodding his head, like rolling his towel. He's like, all right, dude, like we get it. Like, how?
Dude, if you could make a free throw,
you
would have had 60 last night.
That's true too.
Jump shot, had 70.
Yeah.
And we would have no problem with this game.
Yeah.
Trying to hype us up. Like, I'm sorry, I'm playing terrible. Drew Holiday had a terrible game.
Yep.
Middleton had a terrible game. Brook Lopez had a terrible game.
Yeah.
Giannis plays good for once.
Yep.
And he's fucking over there trying to be fucking who knows who in the huddle.
Yeah.
Those dudes are just sitting there like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like,
Yeah.
we don't care about you, honestly. From what we care about you, don't take that the wrong way, but we don't care what you're trying to say right now.
Yeah.
We're in the NBA Finals. If we're not hyped up, there's nothing that you're gonna say to us right now that's gonna get us more.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna get at. It's like I'm in the NBA Finals, dude. It's game 2. We're losing. Like I don't need to be more hyped up. Like I'm as ready to go as I possibly could be.
You have to come with like the fucking
like all time.
What's the dude's name from Wolf of Wall Street? Jordan Belfort.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
The guy that he's fucking.
Oh, the guy that.
Belfort, right?
Yeah.
You need to come with some sales pitch.
Yeah.
On the next level that you see some shit, and I just second guess.
Some Stratton Oakman shit. Yeah, it's like, oh my god.
I'm like, god damn, you need to fucking put it together.
Yeah.
You need to come with some shit like that for me to to not want to say, dude, shut the hell up.
Yep.
I don't want to hear you right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. So, yeah, that was unfortunate. Like I said, the Bucks just they started out the first quarter strong, and then I don't know what happened, but then all of a sudden the Suns strung together a couple threes, had it going. They ended up closing out the first quarter. I think they were up by the end of the first quarter, and then it was really just the Suns. I think were up 11 at halftime, so they were covering the spread then, and then I think they were just covering all throughout. So, kind of unfortunate, but
they definitely played it.
Yeah.
The Suns put it together. They played great defense, but
then I had the Mets game get rained out, and then I put the bet in on the Suns 4-2, and I wish, I'm so mad I didn't. I thought about it afterwards, like, why didn't I just split that bet up? I should have put half of a unit on 4-2, and I should have put a half a unit on 4-0, because Suns and 4 is, like, a real thing, and it's like Suns and 4 now, they look good. I mean, granted, they were home for both games, but they look strong. They were double digits most of the game. It's just like, they're a complete team. Everyone talks about big three. They have a big three, a certified big three with Booker, Ayton, and Chris Paul. And then they have another like mini 3 with Crowder, Bridges, and the sixth man. What's his name? Cameron Payne or Jordan Clarkson? No, I'm bugging. Yeah, Cameron Payne.
They have dudes left and right.
Yeah, there's some dude that I forgot about came out just like first shot of the series, boom, 3, and it's just it's just yeah.
But yeah, they have dudes left and right, and they're missing that Sarge guy.
Yeah,
Huge boost for them. So
you're
right. I think they're on a different level.
Yeah, and I mean they're young enough. I mean Chris Paul's not, but they're young enough that it could be the beginning of something special down in Phoenix. So we'll see. All right, so yeah, that's where we're at right now for the 100K challenge going into today. So let's get into today's picks because we got some good UFC ones on here. And I know we got a couple of baseball picks as well. So I'm heavy into the UFC stuff. I got picks going all different ways on it. And then it looks like you got some baseball picks. So let's get your baseball picks in because I think they're going to be starting up a little bit earlier than these UFC picks.
Yeah, so I'm taking Giants Nationals under 8.5, 525 to win 500. Games in San Francisco, if I remember correctly.
I believe so.
Which is just a tough place to score runs in general. I think they just you can't hit home runs in there. It's one of the center field's like the deepest in the MLB. I just think also with the matchups they have going today, I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. So I'm taking that under just because I think it's going to be. I honestly think it's a lock. I would even move it down a point.
Okay.
If you can to get a little bit better juice. So you're getting at -1.5 now, but -105 right now. But I just think the under is just a great play right for today. Second bet is Red Sox -1.5, Indians -1.5, 225 to win like 10-20 it is.
Yep, 10-20. Yep, a parlay there. Yep.
Both the run line. I think the Red Sox are just hitting the ball well right now. I just need their starter to come out and put a good stretch together, and hopefully, as I said, the Red Sox can keep scoring runs at the pace they've been. And then the Indians, I think they're just going to go for the sweep today. They hit that home run that I said the other day.
Yep.
That was huge. And then last night they had another walk-off home run. They won by a run.
Okay, I didn't see that.
Royals. But I think today they're just going to go out and absolutely blow out the Royals.
Yeah, low-scoring game, yeah.
Yeah, yesterday it twice.
Yeah, 2-1, but they ended up winning it. Yeah.
Another home run in the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah.
And I think that one I think they're going to go out and put it together today and put some runs up on the board and win by that run line. I think there's good value in that bet today. And then I have a parlay for the UFC fights.
Yep.
I got Greg Hardy and McGregor both to win. And then I got Sean O'Malley to win in the second round.
Okay.
So he can choke the guy out, he can knock his ass out, the other guy can break his foot and have a TKO, a technical knockout.
Yep.
But it's 100 to win 17-16.
Yep.
1,716. I think for a 3-teamer, I just found great value.
Yeah, it's great odds. Yeah.
You're getting at like 17 to 1.
Yep.
Compared to typically the 6 to 1 that you see in a 3-teamer.
Yep.
You just bet even juice. So, I saw that and I was like, I think it's just great value to take it and potentially have a nice payout for $100. So. Yeah, and it just looks like too. Like I just love the Greg Hardy to win, McGregor to win. Like it just doesn't matter how they win, when they win. Yeah. As long as they just get the job done, you're all set. Exactly. Nothing else to it. Just they can win by points at the end of the match. Yeah. Right. It doesn't matter. So. Yeah, so that's great. So I'm actually gonna go bottom to top here. So kind of in my lead up fights to the fight, I'm going against you. So first I'm going Greg Burns. I think he bounces back, like you said. Or Gilbert Burns, yep, sorry. So Gilbert Burns I think just had, like you said, a couple bad things bounce his way. The fact that he's just plus money tonight, I like him. I just think it's a decent value. It's the biggest, the biggest underdog you can get on the card, besides the guy that's fighting Sean O'Malley. Yeah. So I just think there might, for the main event card, yeah. So I just think there's going to be, it never goes, and usually I feel like there's a little upset here and there. I think that there's an opportunity for Gilbert Burns to get, a little bit of an upset. So that's 250 to win 310. So that's just a full unit bet. And then again, full unit, I'm betting that Tia Tuvasa guy against Greg Hardy, minus 136. I just think he gets it done against him. Greg Hardy just haven't really been, even though he has a decent record, haven't been too impressed with him. Just as a fighter, like you said, he's a little slow, a little bit bigger. I think Tuvasa gets it done. And then for the McGregor-Poirier fight, I kind of just split my 250 up 5 different ways. Yeah. And this is just what I like to do with this type of stuff because it just gives me some opportunity. So I was hoping that, it is what it is with the FanDuel lines, but I was hoping that the $50 bet for McGregor to get the first round knockout was going to be plus 250. So this way, if that hits, it kind of covers. This way I win $40. If McGregor gets a knockout in the first round, as it is what it is. What is it? Odds-wise? Yeah. It's plus, let's go look at it here on UFC. What is it? What did I put? 50 to win 240, which is good. Yeah, no, it's not bad. No, I was I was just saying, just from my own head, I was hoping it would be 50 to win 250, but it's 240. It is what it is. Like I said, if I win that, I lose all my other bets, but that's $200 in losses, so I win $40. Not bad. On a $50 bet, it's pretty good. So I'm not mad about that. And then where I really start making money is if I can get a submission in the second, third, or fourth by Poirier. Don't think it's going to happen, but I just like the odds on it. I just think it's good juice. So again, if Poirier wins by submission at any point in the fight, $50 to win $325. And then Poirier to win in the second, it's $50 to win $325. And then the odds just keep going up because, again, it's probably going to be a quicker fight according to the odds, according to what we've seen with the other guys in the previous 2 fights. So Poirier to win in the third, it's $50 to win $425. And then Poirier to win in the fourth is $50 to win $750. Okay. So I kind of cover it a couple different ways. Like I said, if Poirier wins by submission at any point. You're all in on the last fight almost.
Yeah, that's really what it is. I mean, I have.
Really, actually, because I mistakenly put down your picks when you said before.
Yeah.
I thought you, I don't know what I was thinking, but I put 50 on each bet for you.
Yeah.
You're actually putting the 250 on those.
Yeah, so I got definitely in the back half of the card is where I'm putting. So I have 250 a full unit on that Tavasa guy, 250 on Burns a full unit, and then I got a full unit on the last fight. But I just kind of broke it up in different ways, just because I think I see a little bit more value in those ways, and you have all the different ways to bet it because it is the last fight. I don't know if, let's see on FanDuel, if they give you all the different ways to bet it. If it's just like a regular fight. Yeah, I guess they do get it. They give you all those bets. So you could break it up that way for the regular fights too. But that would just look crazy on here anyway if I did it. So, like I said, I just got those two guys, Burns and Tuivasa, to win in the first. And then Poirier to win really in the second, third, or fourth. And then McGregor, just in case he comes out, shocks the world, which I don't know if it really shocks the world, but, just comes out and just knocks him out quick in the first round. Yeah, exactly. But, you were talking about McGregor, all this stuff. I'm on the other side of it with McGregor. I think he's washed up. I think he's old. I think he's done. I think this might be his last fight or one of his last fights, but that's just because he's made his money. He's done what he's done. Yeah. And I was a big McGregor guy. I think everyone kind of was, especially when he was coming onto the scene at this point. Like, I don't know if you watch any of the clips from, like, the Stephen A. Smith interview. I feel like I'm just, like, listening to, like, my grandfather, like, talk at this point. He's talking about, like, Khabib and all this stuff. Yeah, and it's just like, come on, dude. It's like the 7th time I've heard this story, and you're wrong. Yeah. So, yeah, it's just like, come on. It's just like we're talking about the same thing over and over and over again. So, again, those are our July 10th picks. Connor's got a few baseball picks in there. I'm going all UFC tonight, so I'm going to be watching those. It's going to be good. Sportsbook Talks on Instagram and YouTube, or Sportsbook Talks on Twitter, Sportsbook Sports on Instagram and YouTube. Yes, like, comment, let us know what you're going to be taking tonight. Subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, like I said, let us know what you're going to be taking tonight. I mean, there's a lot of good fights out there. I think a lot of the money is going to be coming in on McGregor as the public gets betting leading up to the fight, but we'll see how it goes.